If you've been struggling with a chronic condition for years and nothing is working, there's a good chance your body isn't broken, it's overloaded. My dad spent 5 years on 6 different medications with severe chronic fatigue syndrome, depression, and anxiety. Spent thousands on specialists before we realized that his body was stuck fighting instead of healing. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the exact 3-step process that helped him and has also helped thousands of students in our community. Hi, my name is James Colhoun, and I'm one of the co-founders of Food Matters. You might have seen our Food Matters or Hunger for Change films on Netflix, or our Transcendence series, or FMTV, which grew to be the world's largest health and wellness streaming platform, which is now a part of Gaia. And over the past almost 2 decades, I've had the opportunity to work side by side with some of the brightest minds in nutrition and natural healing, and nothing lights me up more than helping people realize their body isn't broken. It simply needs the right conditions to heal. Okay, let's get started. First of all, a little history on toxins. Toxins prior to World War II practically almost didn't exist in our environment and in our food. And post-World War II, we took industrial chemicals from warfare and released them wholesale into the environment. This is where pesticides and herbicides were born, and also additives and chemicals in our food supply. And so our bodies for millions of years have been designed to process toxins from mold, yeast, fungi, bacteria, etc., but never toxic chemicals that we now have tens of thousands of swimming in our environment and that we are exposed to on a daily basis. In fact, the average American is exposed to 250 pounds of chemicals on a daily basis in food, carpets, skincare, water, you name it. And we're simply not designed to keep up with this level of toxic exposure on a consistent basis. And so it's putting our bodies into this constant state of fighting. And when a body is fighting, it can't heal. It's like you can't be relaxed when you're running away from a tiger. Your body can't heal when it's constantly trying to process the barrage of toxins that are being put into it. And even if you think you're eating pretty healthy. Okay, let's get to the 3-step process. Before I go any further, this whole video is just one part of a 5-part protocol that we're diving deep into with a live masterclass. You can find out more about this masterclass by clicking on the link below this video. Exact 5 steps we took to help my father go from sick, 50 pounds, 5 meds, within 3 months, completely get his life back. Okay, let's get started. Step number 1, understanding the detox box. This is the simplest way that I can explain to you how your body processes toxins. And it's a 4 parts of a box. And these are the 4 parts of your detoxification system. It's urine, it's feces, it's sweat, and it's breath. Urine is essentially the kidneys. This is filtering the blood and out through the urine. The feces, this is essentially the kidneys filtering blood from the gut and dropping the bile into the colon and out through the feces. Then you have skin, which is sweat, which is activated by heat and movement and also by the lymph. And then finally, you have the breath, which is activated by the lungs. We actually process quite a lot of toxins out of our breath. So very important to understand this. So the step 1 is really understanding this detox box. And as you understand this, you're going to get a deeper intellectual way of being able to connect how to support each of those 4 sides of the box. And that's going to be step 2. So let's get to it. How to support these 4 detoxification pathways. So if we have urine, the main way to support detoxification of the kidneys through the urine is through hydration, proper hydration. Most of us are chronically dehydrated. I mean, there was a fantastic book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water by Dr. Mahatma Gandhi, where he essentially lays out this idea, and he's a medical doctor, that most chronic conditions are contributed to by long-term chronic dehydration. So if your body is constantly backed up, again, you're in this fighting toxins and not healing mode. So how do we properly support the urine and the kidneys? We hydrate the body, and we hydrate well. Ideally with structured hydration. So one of the first things I do when I wake up in the morning is I have water with some salt and some lemon and maybe cayenne pepper. Some sort of structured hydration to support this pathway. First thing you do in the morning, don't reach for bread, toast, cereal, or coffee. No, not yet. Hydrate your body. You could also have hydration from fruits and vegetables. A great way is to have celery juice. This is a fantastic way to get hydration that's structured, or you could have a greens juice powder, something like this. Make sure you're hydrated in the morning first thing and throughout the day. Try to move your hydration before and after meals, an hour or so before, hour or so after, so you're not diluting your digestive juices. But hydration is key for that first side of the box. The second side of the box is the liver or the feces. And the main way that you support this is through bitter foods. It's no wonder that they say bitter medicine, because a lot of bitter greens like arugula or rocket, as we say in Australia, or broccoli sprouts or so forth, these are, or dandelion for that matter, these are able to stimulate the bile ducts of the liver to open, and then it dumps the toxins into the feces, which then moves out throughout the body, hopefully irregular. Also greens have, and vegetables, lots of fiber in them, so it's going to support that process. This is the main way that you support that function. Next, we have the skin. The skin is your largest organ, as you probably remember from like grade 3 class. And the way that you support the skin is through dry brushing and sweat. So the dry brushing sort of pumps the lymph, helps to stimulate the lymph. And then you have sweat, which you could do infrared sauna or some sort of sauna 2 to 3 times a week. That's going to help. If you can't afford a sauna or don't have access to one, you can have a hot Epsom salt bath. That can really help. And this helps to sort of move toxins out of the skin, especially because there's so many toxins going onto our skin these days with beauty care products. You want to move them out. Just make sure that's open, things are flowing. Can you imagine if you're not doing any of these things, it's just holding on. Your body's constantly fighting. It's not able to just release, relax, and let go. And then the final thing is the breath. The breath we can do through breath work, just intentionally breathing in the morning. Deep, intentional breathing in the morning and at night before you go to bed. 4 in, 8 out. That extended exhalation is the fastest way to signal your body to just relax and release. Also, exercise, going for a walk or doing some form of exercise that you love is going to help you to breathe more and to stimulate that process. So you've got the 4 sides of the box, which is step 1. And then you've got the 4 ways to support each of those sides through daily practices that are so simple and free. I mean, amazing. The next thing we're going to get to is the 7 deadly sins. These are 7 things that you absolutely want to avoid at all costs in order to stop backing up your system. The first one to avoid is tap water. Contaminants in tap water like fluoride or pesticides or even pharmaceutical runoff are ubiquitous in water supplies globally and around the world. You want to filter your water or get access to clean water. And remember step 1, we were talking about supporting the kidneys and helping flush toxins out of the body with proper hydration. We don't want to be putting more toxins in with toxic tap water, so filter your tap water or get access to spring water. The second one is conventional skincare and makeup. The average woman is putting tens of products on their body a day, and many men now. And if these products are laden with toxins, they are transdermally entering the bloodstream through the skin and putting more toxic load on the system. So get clean, natural skincare products is step 2. Step 3, plastic containers and BPA receipts. Switch to glass. Stop touching plastic, stop drinking out of plastic. These microplastics and also the chemicals leach from these plastic bottles. They enter our bloodstream and it's another toxin that's stopping our body from healing. Step 5 of the 5 deadly. Step 5, and this is a big one, is seed oils. Seed oils, these industrial seed oils used for frying and in processed foods, are such damaging compounds to the body. They're causing free radical damage, and the body has to process and eliminate these toxins first before it can heal. So if you have a healing issue and you can't heal from a chronic condition and you're putting these things into your body first has to say, I need to get rid of this first before I can get to the healing. If you don't put it in, it can go straight to the healing. That's how it works. 6 is phone in your bedroom, Wi-Fi on, bright blue lights at night, things that disrupt your circadian rhythm and your sleep, because your liver does most of its processing in the middle of the night. And if you are not getting a good night's sleep because you're disrupted by your phone not being on airplane mode, or the Wi-Fi near your bed, or you've got too much blue light in your room, or your room is hot and not well ventilated and you're not sleeping well and you're sweating at night, you are not going to be able to move into from phase 1 to phase 2 liver detoxification and really help support your body. So cut a lot of these things out of your life. I always have my Wi-Fi router switch off at night automatically. It's on a timed system. My phones are always on airplane mode. My room is always dark. It's always cool. And that helps me to sleep deep and then move these toxins through my liver throughout the night. 7 of the 7 deadly sins is chronic stress. Just like toxins, if your body can't process toxins, it can't move into healing. If your body is stressed, it can't be in a healing state. A healing state is rest, digest, repair, parasympathetic nervous system. But if you're in sympathetic dominance, you're stressed all the time, work, toxic boss or a relationship, or some sort of stressful living environment that you're in, your body is never going to heal. So you need to eliminate these stresses, or at least minimize them as much as possible. I know it can sound idealistic to just say get rid of all stress in your life, but be conscious of it and start to eliminate it, and make sure you're walking and breathing and doing the other things that are going to support the natural systemic processes of the body to detox and move your body from a stress state and from an overwhelmed state into a healing state, so it can do the work it was designed to do. If you found these 3 steps helpful, remember I'm gonna recap them here. The first one is the detox box to understand how the body works and how it detoxes. The second is how to support each of the 4 sides of the detox box. And the third is the 7 deadly sins to avoid when you're trying to move your body from fighting to healing. And if you do those things just as we did for my father, his body naturally moved from a fighting state to a healing state. And he was able to, within 3 months, go off all of his medications and lose 50 pounds and totally get his life back after 5 years bedridden on 6 different medications. If this video resonated with you and you feel connected to this message, this isn't mine. This is a distilled information from some of the greatest minds that I've had the opportunity to work with, many of whom teach inside the Food Matters Institute's nutrition certification program. Plus, if you want to go deeper, this is just step 1 of a 5-part protocol that we used to help my father heal. And it's all inside a live masterclass that we're filming. Can't wait for you to join me. There's going to be a link below this video, and have a beautiful day. Ciao.